And they talking about
Someone is looking all schnapps out. But he wish it was that, but when it's really not.
Yeah,
We're live.
it was it was briefly mentioned yesterday. Like I said, yeah, I'm gonna get my. I said, yeah, because there was that one dude that they had on Carmen's show said he was gonna go and get like a water, and then I said, yeah, I was like, I think I'll go ahead and crack my new bottle of bourbon, and then Carmen was like, oh, whatever, Mr. Peach Schnapps, and I'm just going, wrong hombre, chica,
Yo,
wrong hombre.
we're live. This is Ted Hicks from Late Night Parents. Ways to follow the show, latenightparents.com. We have Brian TX, the original Cataskull, is here. Tony D, the random multi-broadcaster, is here. He looks half awake. It's been a long week for him. Too many holiday parties.
Nah, I had 2 Zoom meetings a day, and I got this, so it's been busy. I got a busy next couple of months coming.
Tony, I was worried about you.
When?
Today.
What
That's
happened?
why I asked that question. I didn't know if you needed to be load managed or not tonight.
I'll be load manager.
I don't know your schedule for.
My schedule ain't changed in 2.5 years.
I don't know your schedule for All About the Joy. You've taken on that assignment that precedes this stream, so I don't know what time to start. Tony D is the star, and all the above.
Who said I was the star? I'm a guest.
You've
been the star for years. What are you talking about?
Nah, I just be the busy one.
You know, but you're here. The other program is off. They had the extended run. It was like a full 90-minute clip. Some very interesting topics on there. Mm-hmm. But how was your week?
Not too bad. Like I said, tomorrow's gonna be a busy day. Everybody's gotta start getting ready for the holidays. I'm actually in a decent place to enjoy the holidays. So the pace is pacing. Brian.
1 second.
Brian. You're the most phone ringing clip having somebody.
I was going to say, Brian, how's your week going? But it's going really good.
As you can see.
Brian's got a late night call in here.
As usual.
And it's not about fantasy football either.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I was thinking, you know what? We just get it in for a really quick episode. I'll set it off.
Sure.
I go share screen. Tony D. How about this, Tony?
What's up?
More businesses are pulling back their self-checkout pushes.
Why?
Tony D, why could that be? Tell me, why do you think businesses are pulling back their self-checkout pushes?
I couldn't tell you. I'm not even going to lie.
Come on, Tony.
Especially when people think that I know everything, or they swear that I think I know everything. Let me be honest with you. There's absolutely no decent reason I can think of to pull back the self-checkout, mainly because self-checkout, when I go places, it works. People don't come in, they got those. You got to maintain the machines. I got it. They got somebody watching the machines. You got the cameras in the stores. Everything should be in place. Plus, it's the holidays. It makes more sense. You might want to hire some more people for the holidays, but other than that, it doesn't make any sense over the course of a fiscal year or a calendar year to pull back on self-checkout when it's cost efficient, for the most part reliable. I haven't heard an issue with any of these self-checkout registers anywhere. I have not. So for all of y'all who may have, go ahead and let us know, but I haven't heard any issues with these, so I'm confused, honestly.
So, Tony, for years, retailers have been pushing forward with adding self-checkout stations in an effort to reduce overall labor costs and improve the customer experience. But however, a growing list of retailers They are reversing that push because of an increase in shrink and a worse customer experience. Dollar General is the latest company to cite that it will begin to reassigning workers to the front of its stores to ring customers up and create a more secure presence for its merchandise.
You gotta be kidding me.
This article, if you continue to click through it,
Right.
it's on latenightparents.com, but it talks about the level of theft.
I was just about to think that.
That's what I mean. This was a
You can't catch them. You can't catch the people still. That's a proper assessment. I can hear that. I can hear that.
I'm gonna click through it,
The
and
employees ain't gonna stop the thieves either, because they ain't gonna risk their lives for the money that y'all ain't paying them enough for. Spoiler.
all in all, it just talks about, these customers, the buying. It says a handful at a handful of stores. Number one, self-checkout is being restricted to customers buying 10 items or fewer.
Mhm.
Well, you can't do that when you have 1 or 2 registers open.
And 1 or 2 employees working the whole damn store. Stop it. That's true. That's true.
Customers buying more than 10 items are required to use full service lanes with cashiers.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We're bringing back cashiers.
Yeah. Now, the kicker is the employees can't stop half the thieves. You want to bring them back because they got 10 or more items. Then you got people who don't know how to use the registers with the cashless transactions, if you will. I do see and understand that. Dollar General, notorious for having a lot of the lower price stores.
Tony,
All that. Yeah.
so we've been talking for the last couple of years.
Mhm.
I would say prior to COVID, when we started seeing the actual amount of workers, not robots in stores, because we've been seeing that too, but the actual amount of people, they started to shrink. This was pre-COVID. So
the rate it went after COVID, I would say, not at the same rate. We saw a couple, yeah.
So we saw this happen, and this all comes down to the fact that the merchandise is walking out the building.
Right.
There's a worse customer experience. I tend to think they don't care too much about the customer experience. Some of these stores, these retail stores, because as long as you're able to swipe your card and they're able to, you're able to pay for your item, they're good with you. Because nowadays, think about it. You go into a store, you're walking around with the cart. They're not offering you any bags unless you're going to pay for it. There's no one to even, to take the wand out to
take you at the door.
Yeah, it's just like it's at the front door. It's like, hey, wand yourself.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I was in Vegas in 2016,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a CVS that was self-checkout.
Mm-hmm.
They actually had a cop sitting up there. I was like, it can't be this bad as CVS.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be damned if this dude didn't try to run out the door with some stuff, and the cop had to go chase his ass.
I remember when the Pathmarks were still open. So this predates
me. The no frills Frosted Flakes. Keep going.
And I went in there, and in East Meadow, Long Island, there was a 24-hour one.
Mm-hmm.
So you go in there, and it's literally like 3 employees in the entire store. And you're looking around, all the registers are shut down. So you got to go to the self-checkout. There's one person standing there, and it's kind of like a face-off.
Right.
Where you're like, hey, are you doing this or am I doing this?
A 24-hour Pathmark in New York. Yeah, they're going to try it.
Yo, it's you're like, hey, help me out. I just need to know, are you ringing this up or am I ringing this up?
They're gonna try it. They're gonna try it.
You know, and that's what I'm saying. This is before COVID. This is just at the start of this whole, hey, we don't need, it was at the advent of we're gonna only, you look at the crew or the staff at a store and there's only like maybe a handful of full-time people and everyone else is part-time.
Yeah.
And that's what they're running with.
Exactly.
So I don't know. But I guess the situation now is some of these stores, brick and mortar stores, are tired of their profits walking out the door, and they're going to only have people at the self checkouts helping you ring your items.
Makes sense.
Hoping that you don't miss scanning a specific item. Because there's a lot of that going on.
Well, the theft part I can see. Lack of employees, nobody be able to stop them. I can see that. I really can. And that wasn't the first thought that came to mind. Because I know what I'm seeing in a lot of places, they're going to do the self-checkout. They're also going to do the registers. People who want to go ahead and get what they want to get and get it over with, those customers are pretty much, I want to say 90% of the clientele of a lot of the businesses. People know what they want. They want to get it. They want to get out of that. Your customers good.
What's up? Sorry, guys.
No problem. No, we were just talking about supermarkets and Rick Costa. What's going on?
About
Thank you for stopping in.
Checkout, the self checkouts.
Yes. Self checkouts, and they're doing a reversal now.
Oh, her story untold is in the building. What's up, lady? How you doing?
Chantelli. What's going on? How you doing?
I've been seeing your YouTube videos, lady. Good seeing you.
Lately. I saw you singing the other night.
She be getting it in too.
Oh, where you been?
Getting it in. She's doing it like she used to do.
Yes. Like 12 o'clock at night.
Right.
What is it? Next topic I got. This one we can all relate to. I don't know. I mean, greed is good, but the NFL's big plans, another SoCal Super Bowl, and more international games. There's some new agreement between the owners that each team will have to play an international game every 4 years.
That's crazy.
So previously, before, we were only getting 8 home games. So now you're going to tell me in a blink of an eye, we're only going to get 7 home games.
This is where it really starts to become stupid that they should just go back to 2001 and reinstate the NFL Europe League.
That's what they're talking in this article. This article is talking about, this past week, the owners were at it again. They were meeting and they were talking about, okay, here's what we're going to do. The league's international push, because their goal is to eventually lead to a 4-team European division, and it's continuing to gain momentum as owners are voting to nearly double the number of league-operated games in the United States to 8.
I hope it works.
So, and that's not counting the Jaguars, who are already doing this London business.
Yeah, they go every year.
So they also named the 4 locations from 24 to 27. 2024, Raiders are going to host the Super Bowl. New Orleans in their new stadium, which it's now Caesar Superdome. It was Mercedes-Benz Superdome. In 2025, 2026, Levi Stadium And in 2027, SoCal Stadium, which is shared with the Chargers and Rams. And the other piece that wasn't decided was there was no vote on Tom Brady's bid to purchase a minority stake in the Las Vegas Raiders, because Mark Davis was giving it to him heavily discounted. They said owners were presented with the latest data on injury rates tied to artificial and grass fields, but the league is still working on the final assessment.
That's going to be a controversial one. It's going to take them.
I mean, that one's going to remain a hot button.
Yeah.
And the
go back
rules,
to AstroTurf.
rules-related issues, including kickoffs, hip drop tackles, and the so-called tush push, were discussed. But votes to amend the rule book will have to wait until the next owners' meeting in March. So, I don't even know where to start, but I'll go with the European division, which they want to start off. Hey, Carmen, how you doing? Just stopping by to say hello. Thank you.
What's
Hey,
up,
Carmen?
It's Crown Royal. It's not
So we're clear. So we're clear, Carmen.
Bourbon.
Yeah, I got this bottle now. It's like this new one. Bibbin Tucker, age 6 years, double char. Good stuff, man.
He said it took a long time, but whatever.
So European division. It's not about United States. It's about expanding the game.
Yes.
They're going everywhere. There's going to be 8 games next year, everywhere, from Mexico to here to there to Germany and everything else like that. Good for the league, bad for the league. Good for the modern day fan, bad for the modern day fan.
I would say if you're a season ticket holder, it's bad because now you're cheated out on the game. Because it's been talk about that. Other people see it as cool, but they're like saying if you're gonna make the home team, make our team the home team, then whoever's a season ticket holder would be cheated out of a home game.
Joe's in the building.
JoJo was good.
What's happening, fellas? How y'all doing?
Sure, I understand it's going to cheat the home fans, but they're trying to find new revenue. And they've been talking about this for a minute. I don't think the revenue is going to balance out with the travel and the accommodations internationally.
Yeah,
I don't think
travel costs a lot.
I don't think they care a thing about the fan. They are more concerned with the owners are more concerned with Roger Goodell meeting his $25 or $27 billion in revenue a year number.
Yeah.
A year. So they're well on their way to that number. The next way to get to it is international games.
You know what's crazy? The one thing I don't hear? They're jumping all the way the hell over there to Europe, but they won't go to Canada.
Right.
I know they played a couple games in Mexico. I'll be a little controversial. I don't think Mexico is necessarily the safest place right now. But Canada's right there. They could have put 3 teams in Canada. You got hockey up there. You had a baseball team. You had football up there. But y'all want to go all the way across the Atlantic. Okay. Those would be probably the only issues. The thing with Tom.
You hear that, Joe?
I know. I see. I didn't want to say nothing. I didn't want to say nothing.
Wow.
All right. Armin, you have been excommunicated by the other 3.
Wow.
Humble brag.
That's good. That's good.
Oh yeah. Go Astros.
Y'all crazy.
My
What else?
Boston Red Sox.
So we got that. What's the over under whether or not you think Brady's minority proposal is going to get pushed through? You think it will or you think it won't?
I think it will.
I think it will.
But you think he's going to have to pay the actual amount to get in, not this heavily discounted rate?
I don't think they're going to break his pockets. They're going to take what he can afford, probably split the profits with him down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not going to take a loss. They are. He'll gain regardless.
I mean, Joe, I know everything was cleared, but if he's going to be a minority owner and he's also going to be a Fox broadcaster, we have some conflicts here.
No.
I don't think so.
Right.
If when it comes to Brady, you know how Brady is. Brady just want to stay active. When it comes to him, yeah, he's gonna be everywhere. He'll be everywhere. So I don't think it's gonna be much of a worry. I think he'll have his focus on the team. You know, because he's a part of. Don't he own like another team too?
Yeah, he owns
The
the
WNBA team,
Vegas
doesn't he?
Aces in the
Yeah.
WNBA.
Yeah, he's on a
So,
lot.
but
Yeah,
I'm saying, if you are a broadcaster,
yeah,
you
gotta
are
focus
invited
there.
in
Yeah,
to visit with the team, where they're going to be sharing like their inside track with you. At the same time, you're a minority owner of a competing team.
yeah.
Understand
Nah,
that.
I think I know where you're coming. I know where you're coming. Where you're going with this, Yeah.
Right.
But no, I think if people would just be like, you're a broadcaster, we could share some information, but we might not. I think he'll be cool with. Okay, you know what? I understand where this could jeopardize certain things. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah.
I mean, we
And
do
kinda back off.
acknowledge he's an ambassador of the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We do. We get that. I don't know. I you know what, guys? I don't even want to talk Draymond Green or any of that other stuff because I know this is like an abridged version.
The Draymond Wallen, let's just say that. Just keep it moving.
Draymond is just
Let me narrow it down for you. It had to happen. He does have a repeated history of texts. He has a repeated history of being reckless. They got enough film and evidence. I didn't expect the whole season, but it had to happen.
so now everyone's just like
She said Brady would never cheat.
it's like with Draymond, it's so now everyone's just like, oh, he needs to get help, he needs to get counseling, he needs to get this, I'm like, but you fostered all of this. You watched all of this stuff go through the years.
This is literal highlight.
There's a highlight
There's a highlight reel on YouTube. You can
for the
watch
last
it.
8-9 years of him acting wild and him
Was it-
just doing crazy stuff.
Ninja kicks, groin shots,
Groin
stomps, head
But
kicks.
But now all of a sudden he needs help.
Nah, Draymond know what he's doing, man.
You don't know help. Y'all don't know where he's from. He's from Michigan. Case
Yeah.
point.
He knows exactly what he's doing, man.
And he's an excellent ball player, all jokes aside. The man,
Yeah.
I
Mm?
remember one game he came off suspension. He came back in there. He wasn't just in the paint. He was shooting threes. The man's
on, man.
dangerous.
Come on.
Dangerous.
Got one other comment, and I don't know if how far in the weeds you guys go in these embrace debate shows. So Nick Wright on Fox
Oh boy.
Sports, who I generally like, is always going super hard for LeBron James.
Yeah.
Always going super hard. Like, just the Jordan slander, the Kobe slander, LeBron. he admitted yesterday that he signed to Clutch Sports. I said, that's it. That's it right there. So you're signed to LeBron James affiliated agency. So you've been caping for him for all these years, but you mention it now because
he's such a fanboy.
He was going against the grain, and he said, this is probably not going to sit well at the Clutch Sports holiday party.
Right.
Yeah.
And his two other colleagues who were looking at him like he was crazy.
Yeah.
It's just like, come on.
These people are using the press to make money, to draw controversy and to gain attention. It's redundant.
Controversy creates cash.
Let's. Draymond Green got ejected. He's got a history of text. That man slugged that dude like he was Ron Artest.
Yes.
All
He
right.
was called Speedwell.
Yes.
Wait, who's Meta World Peace?
Meta World Peace.
Yeah, Ron Artest. Yeah.
Ron Artest.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
You sound like Mace when he was trying to deny whether he knew Diddy or not. I'm not doing this with you, Brian. You guys know what I'm talking about. They said they're crazy.
Yo, I don't even know how to approach the Diddy topic, and that's going to be for another time.
The last thing I saw, he put out a statement. There's been a lot of attacks at his character. He's going to defend himself. Diddy, if you see this, I want to tell you, I hope you do.
Oh my God!
You need to. They ready to go in on you, bro.
They're ready to crucify
They
him.
ready to go in. It's not going to be pretty. You settled that case pretty quick for a very large amount.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to.
I mean, granted, none of us were there. I mean, but if you read
I didn't.
Oh, if you read it, I think
if you had a relationship with old girl, you almost can't deny it, and that's the crazy part. She had the accusations. Y'all probably did some freaky shit, and look at how much it cost you. Sorry, I ain't gonna think that's you know what I'm saying? It's bananas out there, man. Everybody got to be careful who they're dealing with because they're gonna cost you. I like to hear you guys talk about this. He don't look innocent. I'm a narrative.
But we're not going to talk about it tonight. We'll because Tony's got to go to sleep.
I do. Y'all see me? I'm struggling. I'm fighting.
He's struggling.
I apologize, but I'm hurting right now.
He's struggling.
All I know is if you wanna in depth though, there's a lady that used to write. She goes by the name of Jaguar, right?
Yo,
go and search her up.
Yes,
Jaguar, right?
Yes,
and you go search her up and you listen to what she's talked about throughout the years.
She's
talked about this for a long time because she was
talking about this almost a decade ago.
Yep.
She said so over your sports crap. Oh woman.
she's done right. She's a singer, songwriter, actress.
Carmen. That's not bringing joy.
You also got Orlando Brown going in. You got 50 going in. It's not.
You got
pretty
everyone going in.
The only people who wasn't going in on him was the Locks. The Locks was trying to keep it clean. They were trying to.
Yeah. They've been cool. Yeah, they're trying to keep it cool.
They got their publishing back finally.
Yeah.
That's only because, and I'm sure to get their publishing back, they had to sign some NDA or something like, hey.
Nah.
I'll be on my best behavior.
And stuff like that, yeah.
The Locks for keeping the street code. We ain't saying nothing. Go ahead and help him. If you're going to defend himself, defend it. But nah, leave us out of that because we ain't want no part of it. It's the key to life.
Wildin'.
But for real, it's crazy. It's boy, oh boy.
Only time will tell how the clock ticks.
Yo, I think next week. Yeah, no, next week is the last week before Christmas.
Next week before Christmas in a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
23rd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep alive. What you need.
Yo, who's? We know Jake Paul is going at it. Is 296 this weekend?
Yeah, man. Leon Edwards, Kobe Covington. Yep.
Ah,
Main event. Co-main Pantoja versus Royval, flyweight title.
Wow.
Shavkat Rakhmonov fighting Wonderboy Thompson. Ian Gary, the dude that they've been making fun of for like a minute now because he it found out that his wife, because I guess other people know this now, his wife, he's like 20-something years old, his wife is 40, and they live in a house together with her ex-husband.
come on, man.
Come on, knock on our door.
Come on.
We've been waiting for you.
So it's been, they've been making fun of him. But he's on the card. There's a couple other good fights too. A lot of good rankings from the early prelims up to the prelims to the main card. So there's a lot of ranked fights on there. Good stuff. That Jake Paul fight, I don't really care about the Jake Paul. I appreciate that, Carmen. As long the Jake Paul fight itself, the card is not bad. The card's actually a good card. That Jake Paul fight itself, I'm not really interested. I'm more interested in the co-main event.
Right.
The women's super middleweight title fight.
Nah, keep going, Jojo. Keep going. Keep going.
You know what I was saying.
Don't pay no mind.
All right.
Keep going.
Yeah, so it's Freyshawn Cruz Dezern. She's fighting Shadeja Green, homegirl that I was telling you that's like the second coming of Ann Wolfe.
Mm-hmm.
They're fighting for the WBA super middleweight title. So I'm looking forward to that fight. Sonny Edwards is fighting on the DAZN card against Bam Rodriguez for the unifying the titles. If I remember, hold on, I actually marked it down here. Hold up. Yeah. Is the unification of the WBC and the IBF World Flyweight titles. There you go. So that's going to take place. That card is pretty dope. My dude Gafi Yafel is going to be fighting on there too for the Intercontinental Flyweight title, WBC. Solid card there. And then Showtime has their last boxing event ever. No more boxing on Showtime after this.
Right.
David Morrell Jr. will be boxing against Sena Agbeko. Agbeko's out of Ghana, 27-2. Y'all know David Morrell's 9-0 out of Cuba. Super solid boxer, man.
Good night, Carmen.
Granny.
Good night, Carmen. Yeah,
so Manana and La Vista.
That card is going to be pretty solid if you want to watch that. Prelims on YouTube, main card on Showtime. But catch that too, man. There's a couple good guys that's going to be fighting on that card.
Sweet Pea.
There's two. Yeah, there's a title fight on there too, if I remember correctly.
Sweet Pea is here.
Martinez is going to be boxing on that card. But yeah, there was one fight that's supposed to be happening this week. Oh yeah. The Ghost, Robert Guerrero, is going to be boxing on this card. He's boxing Andre Berto. This was supposed to be a rumor fight. It's really happening.
Wow.
That's it. Other than that, yeah.
What were your thoughts when you saw this week Deontay Wilder? Excuse me, Deontay Wilder against Anthony Joshua in March. Were you excited? Were you excited? Were you just like ho hum? Because I was like, I told you guys 5 years too late.
Yeah, I laughed about it. I honestly laughed about it. I chuckled a little bit about it. Then when I read the message you sent, I laughed Then I read the article and I laughed again because I'm like, you guys could have just done this. You could have really just done this. You could have done this on you could have done this for this month. You didn't have to make this whole circle jerk about who's fighting who, whatever.
You could have made this a December 23rd type thing.
Yeah. You could have just put it right there. Yo, big fight. This is it. We're going to drop this money. Let it happen. But I guess it's because Deontay Wilder had fought and his fight was so short. It ended so fast. I guess you got to give him another warm-up fight. All right, cool. You got to give Joshua another warm-up fight.
Come on.
All right. He's fighting Otto. Otto's not a bad guy. Otto's held the title before. He's Otto Wallin. He's pretty good. He's a good opponent. Wilder's gonna fight Joseph Parker. Parker's nice. You know, Parker's been champion. He's fought Joshua. He took Joshua to the limit. You know, he actually was one of the guys to show holes in Joshua's game because he boxed. He was out techniquing Joshua, but Joshua just landed the harder shots. Wilder's going to probably take less than 5 rounds to finish him, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm sorry, y'all, but it is what it is. And I guess, man, the rest of that card, I didn't really – I know there's a couple other good fights on that card too, but you could have done it for this month. You could have ended this year with a big fight like that. But they're going to do this instead. All right. If we're going to wait till March, then we wait till March. But it better not be, it's supposed to be March. We're going to wait till June and July. Nah. Let it happen. It is too long, though. Yeah.
I guess quickly... Brian, are you following Shohei Ohtani and the contract that he signed, $700 million?
Crazy, isn't it?
10 years with the Dodgers.
$700 million.
But he's only getting paid like $22 million in the first 10 years. The Dodgers have created. I mean, this is a huge problem. This is a huge problem.
One guy.
Because the Dodgers have created a credit card. If you're not going to, if you're telling me that you sign a player for 10 years for $700 million.
Yeah.
But the first 10 years of that $700 million, you're only paying them $22 million of it and backloading $68 million in years 10 through 20. It's a really interesting contract if you look at contracts, because like the first thing I think of is, okay, you cut this deal and you cut this deal with interest free. So 600, over what, $678 million of the contract is being deferred, but it's being deferred without interest. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, well, how do you even do that? How do you even go about doing that? But it's a killer deal, because Shohei Ohtani in 10 years is going to be, he won't be living in Los Angeles, California. He'll be living in Texas or Seattle, Washington, or somewhere in Florida. And when he starts to collect his check, he'll be able to dodge that huge tax hit.
Yeah.
So I think that's the case. The fact that he chose.
What about Wyoming?
I wish he could. I wonder about I wonder about the fact that the no interest and that he can opt out if the president or the team ownership changes.
Right.
So there's a lot of flexibility there. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, I thought it was just like crazy. I mean, I thought like the guys in Saudi Arabia with the soccer contracts. I thought that was nuts. But one guy making all that, sheesh.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. A lot of money
For one guy.
For one guy.
I mean, isn't that gonna like mess up your salary cap?
They want him, man. But it is insane, though. That's insane.
It's
baseball, man.
It's a really creative deal.
Yeah.
So I don't know who his agent is, but the only thing the only thing I didn't like is if you're gonna defer the money, I want the interest. Because
I had a concern about the deferment. That didn't make sense to me. Looks like it's just contract money. You got to earn it. You probably set it up like that, save yourself some taxes, which makes plenty of sense.
But I mean, in any deferment, I mean, just think about it. This guy will be 40 years old, and from age 40 to age 50, he'll be collecting $68 million a year.
Right. I'm in the
I just hope he's in the state.
We try to keep ourselves clean, you know what I'm saying? We try to keep the profanity down. We try to keep the conversation mature, and y'all won't give us 10% of that. This one I don't like baseball no more. Y'all make me
Yo,
that is wild though.
I know I said initially 30 minutes, Tone. We're at the almost 43-minute mark.
We have been 30 minutes and 3 months. Keep trying.
I know. But we're about to close out. Any parting shots?
Yeah. All y'all on Twitch, you don't show your real name, y'all get on my nerves.
We're back to that.
I told Brian this a year and a half ago. Him and Takara got me on Twitch. I've been seeing these clowns up here. I don't know who they are. I do want to thank y'all for keeping it clean for the most part. But yeah.
Jesus. 21-63, y'all. 21-63.
63?
The game is over?
It's about to be. Yeah, it's pretty much done.
Oh yeah, I got a question. You know what? Bump it. I'm gonna have to go ahead and be a little controversial. Has anybody heard what I like your what? I don't even know you, man. Don't be asking me that craziness. Y'all, you know what? Let's do this.
8 different people scored touchdowns tonight. 8.
Wow. I don't know what's going on with y'all on social media. I know it's the holidays. It's a little controversial for a few folks out there, but y'all gotta calm down with y'all.
Chargers gotta pack it up, man.
Let me help y'all out. If I don't know, I don't know your real name and I don't know where you're from, I ain't interested in your ass. All right. If we're trying to flip with me up in here, some of y'all same-sex, cross-sex, animal loving, and everybody else, I ain't trying to get with y'all, man. I know enough real people in the real world. I ain't worried about you. You could be fine. You could be in shape. You could be unscented. You could be healthy. You could be attractive. But if I don't know, y'all don't worry about it. Y'all got me in enough trouble up in here lying, faking y'all accounts, trying to do stuff up in here. It don't work on me. All right? I ain't the biggest and I ain't the best. Man.
Oh my
All right,
God.
now, I've been trying to go to bed, but these jokers want me to stay up all the time. I know you can't come on early. I know everybody is busy. All right, that's cool. That's fine. You need some help on your private airplane? No, you don't. Matter of fact, I almost think I know who you are. And you better be glad I don't find you. You better be glad I'm trying to keep my job. And you better be glad I'd rather be a parent than beat you into the ground like I should have done as an old school native New Yorker. My bad. Late night parents, y'all holler at us, man. Way to follow this show. Follow my man, Ted.
Yo, we're out.
Oh my God.